Is it true? I mean, is it true? So here's the thing, okay? There are all kinds of things that we go through in life and we hold all of these opinions, and sometimes they serve us, sometimes they don't serve us, but we just think it just is the way, it's just the way that things work. But so, okay, here's an example. Now, a couple of gosh, when was it? It was probably Monday, last week, Monday, but I can't remember. Anyway, there was a day I was driving into the office, and I watched this scenario with a car in front of me and this other car, and they had to navigate this passing place. Anyway, as can sometimes happen, the two drivers had disagreement about whose right of way it was, and one of them just forced their way through, and I could see some faces. Anyway, whatever. So the point I'm making here is that people, I've forgotten my point. What is my point here? Is it still true? Is it true? Right. So for each of those two drivers, they will be thinking that the other driver doesn't know the rules of the road, doesn't know how to drive. They've got all of these opinions about that person, and they are so sure that they are right. Why am I right? Because clearly there was an obstacle in front of me, so I had to stop, or vice versa. The obstacle was in front of them, so they had to stop. They kept going. This is not a video about how to drive, so I'm not going to get into that too much. But the point I'm making is each of those two had what they would call a cast iron fact about a situation that had happened to them. They were wrong. Somebody, X, Y, and Z had happened. So the first thing is, if somebody projects onto you their belief that you are a poor driver, you're rubbish at this thing called driving, or whatever, like you've said something and they just think that you're rude or overbearing, or you always talk over me, whatever it is, you're lovely, you're kind, whatever, that is their opinion of you, because they have had the interaction and they've decided that it's true. But because they project their opinion out, does that make it true? And in the same way, on the flip side, just because you've got an opinion about a particular scenario, does that make it true? So truth is really subjective. It's a really difficult, slippery kind of thing to nail down. And you know what? Ultimately, the only thing that's actually true is whatever you believe. If you believe it to be true, then it's true for you. I mean, it doesn't mean it's true for everybody, but it's true for you because you believe it. And if somebody else projects their opinion and you decide to honor that and decide that you believe it, then you've made that other person's opinion true for you. It doesn't mean it is true. And probably about 4 or 5 years ago, I had this raging argument with my brother, literally about truth, and I've come full circle on it, because he was saying, there's your truth, there's my truth, that's it. And I was saying, no, there's your truth, my truth, then there's the truth. And actually, there's no objective truth. There is only what's true for each person, what they choose to believe. Now, I've done a separate video around opinions and where people's opinions are, and I think I couched that one in the concept or context, I think context, in the context of where you experience your relationship. That might have been in my live event, but I might do it as a separate video. Anyway, so other people's opinions are in their heads only. They probably talk about them and behave in a way and live them, but it is their opinion in their head. It's not in your head. And the only way it gets into your head is if you accept it and bring it in. So the driver decided that you're a rubbish driver and they tell you that, you might really easily deny it, reject, and decide for yourself, oh, hell no, that's not true. I'm an excellent driver. But it's the same for any other opinion. If somebody thinks that you're rude, abrasive, harsh, exciting, loving, caring, it doesn't matter. It's somebody else's opinion. It's only true for you if you make it true. If you don't make it true, it's not true for you. It's true for them. And that's up to them, and that's okay. But it doesn't have to be true for you. So there's that. Now, the other thing about truth, though, is it still true? So there might be things that or somebody else's opinions that actually they served you, they were useful, and you made them true for yourself, and you needed to make it true for yourself. You were right to make it true for yourself. So okay, a good example of that is when we're younger, we're taught all about not talking to strangers. Okay, and I've no clue why this. When I was younger, I was picked up by a stranger, some man, whatever, took me and molested me. Anyway, so it was really ingrained in me about not talking to strangers, the idea that there's danger with strangers. And where I was receiving this information about stranger danger, for me personally, I had the experience of being molested in the forest around the corner to where I used to live. And it was I knew that to be true. Yes, strangers are dangerous, and I know this to be true because I've had this experience, and now all these other adults in my life, my teachers, family, mum, etc., are all telling me this same message: strangers are dangerous. So that was true for me. And it served me because I stayed away from strangers. I didn't get picked up and molested again. I shouldn't laugh about it. It's not funny, but I've let it go. I've dealt with it. So that's why I personally can smile about my memory of it. But I'm not belittling or terrible example. I shouldn't even have given that example. It's just that is something for me. It's my life situation. Anyway, the point I'm making is it still true though that I should be wary of strangers? Maybe to some degree I should be. If I'm walking to the car on a dark night and I pass a stranger, a woman, a man, whatever, maybe, yeah, in that scenario I should be wary of strangers. But in general, if I remained wary of strangers, I might never have met my husband. I might never have made new friends. I might not talk to, just whatever it is. So it's about being able to say something. First of all, is it true? Is it their opinion on my opinion? Does it serve me? Do I want to bring it inside for me and make it true? That's one aspect. But there's also the aspect of, if it was true, is it still true? So there's the bits where you go, right, that was someone else's opinion. I made it true for me, but I'm letting that go. That's not true for me. Yours, you keep it. But then there's also, it was true for me. It helped me. It served me. But now it doesn't anymore. I don't need that anymore. Or maybe I need it, but I need to change it slightly so that it serves me. So the truth is yours to dictate. Nobody can dictate for you what your truth should be. You've walked your path. Nobody else ever has or ever will live the life that you've had with the experiences and the combination and the timescales and all of those things. Nobody else ever is going to live that experience. And so what's true for you, that is your truth. Nobody else has an opinion on it. I mean, you know what? They have opinions on it, but you don't have to make their opinions true. So I think my point is it even true? If it is true, is it still true? We do need to just take these continual opportunities to evaluate the thoughts, opinions, beliefs that we hold, the things we believe to be true for our lives, and work out, does it serve me? Is it for me? Is it still true? And if it's not true, let it go. Create for you the truth for your life that serves your life. It's yours. And it's only yours. Make it fabulous.